Military squads know that you use every single piece of technology that will give you the upper hand in battlefield. Which is why we have optics, night vision goggles, suppressors, and so much more today. Because world governments wants to make us more capable war machines in an individual level. And Batman is nothing short on that. Since he doesn't have any superpowers, he needs to rely on equipment that will give him the edge against evil he's fighting. He's got all types of useful gadgets in his arsenal, but just how real are they? Let's find out. We will examine all types of important tools he has across Arkham games and just how possible they are. First is of course the iconic grapnel gun. When we take a look at grapnel gun from an engineering standpoint, it is very small to do what it claims. I don't even see hardly any room in that little space to store all that cable, plus a sending mechanism, plus the device that sends penetrative bolts, and a very good one at that, because in games, this little boy can penetrate through even the most solid surfaces. Now, there are a few people who actually built a functioning grapnel gun, albeit it is way worse than what's shown to us in Arkham games, so there is a lot of room for improvement as far as minimization of technology goes. And let's just imagine that someone like Elon Musk devoted all his time, money, and energy into this project. Would he not succeed in making a grapnel gun as compact as possible? So such a device can be done, but surely it will take much more space than this. But even if it's built, it won't be reliable because it can't penetrate everything, so it will be kinda risky to use. Imagine you're gliding up on sky and you just shoot your grapnel gun, but it just doesn't penetrate. Then you're as good as dead. You would just fall to your death.
God! Oh God!
And it isn't only that, you'd kinda need to be a death shot if you want to aim this on smaller surfaces, because Batman always aims this on smaller surfaces. And one more final issue, you may hit your head on places pretty hard if you want this device to send you flying like a bullet. And I didn't even talk about risk of this getting out of your hand because of the insane grip strength it would require you to use. So is it realistic? Yes. Is it one crazy hell of a machine? Also, yes, but tell me, would you like to use this machine, knowing all the risks involved? So with grapnel gun done, we will talk about his gliding ability. In Arkham games, Batman can glide even at a height of 10 meters, but that's just not how physics works. You'd need to reach to a certain speed at a certain altitude if you want your glider to do its job. But problems doesn't end here. Let's say that Batman used his glider only when he knew he had just right height and speed for it to start working, and he just let himself go from a skyscraper. Well, he wouldn't just fall, that's true, and he would probably glide pretty far. But the gliding part is not the issue here. It is landing. In a study made by students of Leicester University, they found out that Batman would reach up to 110 kilometers per hour after jumping off of a 150 meters tall building. So any touchdown at this speed would be fatal for Batman. So, traversal via a glider is definitely not a safe way to travel around your city. But let's say that our hypothetical Batman knows the small issue. How would he get around this problem? Would he use a bat chute, like a parachute, but it's Batman, so it's a bat chute? Or would he scrap the idea of glider altogether and just use good old-fashioned walking? My idea is that, prior to landing, he could just fire his grapnel gun to the direction of his flight path and just let himself get ascended by grapnel gun instead of a touchdown onto the ground. Now that's one safer way of traversal, isn't it? But what do you think? Do you have a better idea? Comment down below. Next up, we have explosive gel. We don't have explosive gel gun like Batman has, but there are pretty close versions of this tool in real life. They are under the name of ballastic gelatin or gelignite. They're commonly used for mining purposes and they're not new. They were invented by Alfred Nobel back in 1875, and in real life they need a detonator to detonate, but since wireless detonation is becoming a thing and it's becoming more common as I have read, I bet this small problem could be get around with. In conclusion, this is a realistic tool, but you wouldn't want to use it like in Arkham games nonetheless. Because it's a serious explosive and you can't stand near it and save yourself from blast radius like in Arkham games, this is the unrealistic part. Also, using it to knock out humans is a very bad idea. Since it won't just knock out humans, it's very dangerous to use on humans, and if used in real life, Batman would have to ignore his no-killing rule. And the last thing I want to mention about explosive gel gun is it is again very small and there is too little room for all the gel that needs to be stored. So unless Batman carried some more extra blasting gel to reload his explosive gel gun, he wouldn't be able to use it that much because he would run out of gel pretty quickly. Well, what do you think though? Do you like to knock out people using a blasting gel? Comment down below. Now, next up, of course, the iconic Batarang. Now, don't hate me on this, but I unfortunately don't see much use of Batarang in real life. Sure, you could use a sharp object to help you in survival situations, but then, why is it throwable? And he carries very many of them, because a simple knife could do the same job much better. And then this isn't the only problem. Used against humans, this would stab and cut through humans, resulting in Batman disobeying his no-killing rule. And if he really intends to disobey that rule, why is it by a throwable sharp boomerang-like thing? He could have simply used a firearm or something. So this is not realistic. Well, what do you think though? Because they are not even that useful in games, I'd say. And then we have smoke grenade. Everyone knows that smoke grenades do exist, all the militaries are using them, but the Batman ones detonate very fast, leaving the environment under clouds in a matter of seconds. But this can be done, it is not impossible. So this is a realistic tool and can be utilized when escaping from dangerous situations alongside grappling hook. So this is legit. It is still cool, although it is one of the less interesting Batman gadgets. Next up, we have Cryptographic Sequencer. I don't know about you, but Cryptographic Sequencer sections was always very fun, and they were always my favorite sections in Arkham games. There was just something funny about Batman's quick head movements during this animation. Having said that, this is a very unrealistic tool though. This gadget works by trial and error method. It just tries countless numbers of possibilities on encrypted systems and hopes it works. But the problem is though, even if a device that tries 10,000 word and number combinations was built, it wouldn't be very useful because the numberless amounts of trial and error would take months if not years. And even then, systems have a way to get around this hacking method. Just try it when you use a computer. Systems will ask you if you're a robot and will close themselves down after a few wrong trials. So this is not realistic at all. Well, no worries though. I highly doubt a real-life Batman would need a cryptographic sequencer. Well, because
This is taking too long.
Brute force works too, I guess.
Just kidding. What I mean is that he would never need to be in situations that have this high stakes that he needs to hack into systems, you know. So that was it guys, I hope you liked it. This video took no research and no effort at all to make, so do not subscribe and I'll see you all next time.